daghang salamat Miss Jean ug maayong buntag sa tanang nagtan-aw naminaw na to karon live kita sa DYMR Radyo Pilipinas Cebu. And welcome to another episode for Kapihan sa PIA. Gikan ta diri no nanukad ka from the Regional Office of the Department of Health. Kaya ang atong mga bisita gikan sa DOH-7 kaya aduna tay mga topics na paghahisgutan no mga importante kayo for this month na I'm sure murag naapay mga post-election blues or post-election high, depende no sa unsay resulta sa ato ang mga election karon. So kini si Rachel na siya gikan sa Philippine Information Agency, kuyog akong kauban from DYMR Radyo Pilipinas Cebu, si Miss Annabel Lagrosas. May buntag Miss Annabel.
Mayong buntag Miss Rich, mayong buntag sa atong mga suking paminaw o sa atong mga televiewers o katong nag-follow karon sa FB page sa PIA Cebu o sa Department of Health.
Alright. So, pwede sila po din sa Annabel, makapangutanan, no? They can leave your comment, their questions, mag-comment lang no sa live stream na to sa FB pages sa PIA Cebu and sa DOH Region 7. And of course, delayed telecast sabta every Thursday over Sky Cable Channel 53. So if you miss to catch ato ang radio discussion karon, you can still watch us on TV tomorrow. Alas 4 hangtod alas 5 sa hapon. So ato ang mga bisita for our episode karon Miss Annabel gikan sa DOH.
Okay, so niya karon nga ato ang mga resource persons para motoki no sa mga importante kayo nga mga butang may kalabutan sa ato ang panglawas. Okay, ato ipaila-ila atong kauban si Dr. Phillip Baton, ang Medical Officer III sa Department of Health. Good morning, Doc. O kumusta?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning no. As mentioned kanina no, murag naman ang election, so kita po lang ito topic ko. So again, good morning, and I hope na tayo ma-discussan nga maayo karon ng buntag.
Okay, so kauban sa nato si Doc Jeanette Pauline Arellano Cortez. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, Ma'am Ann. Good morning, Ms. Rachel. And good morning sa kanang naminaw na karon.
Si Dr. Dino Caing, ang Medical Officer sa Department of Health. Doc?
Okay, mayong buntag sa inyong tanan. Sorry sa process na ito, hindi parang natin sa clinical, wala sa so just be careful with our health nowadays.
So sa ito, mapituhan na yung hapon ng doktor, no?
Correct. Naman hapon sila. So, ang atong pag-ahisgutan Miss Annabel, to you know, 3 topics ato ang itakol for our show karon na atay ato ang AIDS Candlelight, which is done annually. So, atong pangutan niya si Dr. P kung unsa ato ang mga activities as well as statistics latest na available nato nga records no for HIV kay from last na to mga news reports Miss Annabel usata sa pinakadaghan no ang naa sa Central Visayas. And then ato pong we will be discussing Safe Motherhood Week, which is observed every sa month of May, ang Safe Motherhood Week. And then Hypertension Awareness Month. Kaya mo na ba si Doc Dino nga ba si isa sa side effects ko na sa election? Si Doc, sa side effects ko na ba si hypertensive na ang mga tao
Leading cause of kanang sasakit after election. Uy, napoy uban nga, dili lang hypertension, napoy ma-heart attack, no? Mudaog o mapindi. So, depende on saan mo pag-appreciate ang iyong kadaugan o kung saan mo pagdawat ang iyong
resulta. So, ato lang nang ang for now, una siguro lang sa HIV, no? Ang ato ang mga unsa may ato ang latest karon Doc nga available we have, and then later on ang mga activities na to.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Rich. No, so, as mentioned, no, sakto to no, the Philippines is still one of the fastest growing epidemic. Pero ating kapatid naman, if you look at the numbers, Google mo, the Philippines is still slightly smaller compared to the numbers of Hong Kong, other countries. No? But ang atong trend mo pataas, no? So that's what's alarming in the Philippines. Because for now, no, in a span of 10 years, no, we started 2009, we only had an average of 2 cases per day. No? But fast forward 10 years, mga karon 2019, as early as February, we already had an average of 38 new cases per day. So that's more than 1 case per hour. No? So that's quite alarming. That's quite alarming for us. And what's another thing that is quite angay batayan nato as public health advocates is that the age group also is going down. Hindi nagkabataan ito ang may identified, no? From 25 to 34 years old. Ang fastest nato karon yung age group after that is between 15 to 24 years old, no? So senior high school, college, young professionals, this is paspas ako ang iyang pagkapas sa 25 to 34 years old. So that's the national trend. And if you look at also the regional trend, it still is the same in terms of age group. Mas daghan niya para to ang 25 to 34, pero kasunod niya po nato ang ato ang 15 to 24 years old. No? So that is a trend that is being seen in all regions of the country, without exception of Region 7. The difference now with Region 7 in terms of our numbers is that all other regions, sexual transmission ang ilahang dadala, no? Pakikilawas nga walay proteksyon, no? Either between a man and a woman, lalaki babae, or between lalaki and lalaki, no? Pakikilawas. However, in Region 7, tuha ako ang dalagang ka-push epidemic. Ato ang sexual transmission, ug ang ato ang people who inject drugs when they share infected needles, no? Kana gyud po ang duha ka problema. So Region 7 is quite unique in that part because we have 2 problems compared to other regions that only have 1 problem to face, which is the sexual transmission. What also complicates that, no, sa atong numbers, is that we are now seeing it moving, or related to Medical later, the transmission to mothers, no, who become pregnant, no? The transmission from the male partners of low-risk females, meaning low-risk siya kay diba, kalunggan, multiple sexual partners, no? A high-risk failure. Pero naman din mga low-risk females, meaning 1 partner for life, no? Pero ang iyang partner turns out to be high-risk, meaning injecting the user or multiple sexual partner, will transmit na. So we're seeing as a slow increase, but if you don't do anything, it will be taas din siya, no? We have recorded since 1984 already a number of around 16 pregnant cases of mother-to-child transmission. Meaning this has been documented transmission from the mother to the child, no? Na positive si mother, then positive si baby when we do our monitoring. So that's quite alarming because now Cebu is facing these 3 problems. From a sexual transmission point of view, from the people who inject drug point of view, and now we're seeing it transmitted to their partners, which are females. And another side part is the females that we're seeing are actually are part of the very productive age, no? Less than 35 years old yapon sila. So if ito sa mag-test when they are still young, so every child that they will deliver without knowing they're positive is 1 child that would be infected with HIV. So exactly dito, no, the prenatal checkup is very important yapon. Safe Motherhood, that's one of the Safe Motherhood measures that we have, which already also includes HIV testing supposedly for our mothers.
Medyo, I can see now kung ang saka lisod na ang pag-address because not only nagkapaspas, na nagkabata, nagka-complicate pag ang transmission. Kaya karon, we're moving on to the mothers na side. So, Doc, like, sa Region 7, Doc, pila man ang ato ang pinaka-available na to, Doc, na number of cases now for HIV positive?
So for Region 7, no, since 1984, cumulative maternal, we take out the number of cases since 1984 to the last reported data. For this time, it's around February 2019. We now have a total of 5,773 cases. Of the 5,773 cases, 90 of them were added only for February. Now, if we add up January, it's now a total of 187 February plus January. No?
Okay.
So, of course, number 1, if you look at the provincial data, where the population is, that's where the bulk of the infection also is found. So, number 1, capital culture is Cebu. No? Of the 5,000, of the 5,007, Cebu is adding 5,200, and the remaining numbers are being distributed in Siquijor, Negros, and Bohol.
So all provinces
All
na
provinces,
cases.
not the cases. Siquijor is quite small, no?
Okay.
So we expect also a low number in Siquijor, no? Siquijor only has 15 cases, but it does not mean that because it's 15 na din na siya because when we look at this kind of infection, there are factors in terms of testing, disclosure. Ang ako ang diagnose is just a fraction of the total infection actual number. No? It's estimated around 15 to 20% lang ang atong diagnose. The remaining 80% are diagnosed later on pa. So there could be cases that already are now that we have no chance of getting because they would die before they get tested. So that's the problematic part, no? Because you're only seeing the 20%.
Early diagnosis.
Early diagnosis is still the key for this particular infection.
Okay, kaning as of, ano rin siya do? Kaning 5773 cases na this is as of February.
Yes. Cumulative since 1984 that we started.
Pero ano ba po, Doc? Sa Region 7, is it also the same sa inyong mo ganyan sa on a national level? Not only increasing ang number of cases but the speed. Ang sagawa na number and rate ba that we are, is it also the same? Maupod sa tuwa?
Yes, actually, wala dito nakita na kung panahon na ito, mga numbers of all regions across the country, everyone is showing an increased numbers to each other. There are two possible reasons for that. Daghan na pa-testing. As I mentioned, 20% ang diagnosed, we have 80% that we need to catch up. So, daghan na diagnosed, so that also is pushing us to daghan sa kaso. But it could also mean another thing that although we're seeing a lot of people being diagnosed, maybe we also have a problem in terms of controlling transmission. Because HIV manggod, aside from it's being transmitted from people who are infected and are engaging in high-risk behavior, such as sexual transmission, having multiple sexual partners without protection, the mere fact that you're infected and you're not taking your medication increases the risk of transmitting it to another person. No? So that's why we always advise those who are tested positive or diagnosed positive to do not delay. Why? Because every day or every hour that you are positive and without treatment, if you have contact with someone, it is increasing sa dami mo chances of transmitting it to your partner. So that's why we now have we have now a new strategy that is being actually nakita din sa effectivity niya in Australia, the U equals U, no? It means that if you are undetectable na yung level of the virus, because that's the intended effect of the medicine, you also become untransmittable. Meaning, once the level is undetectable, you do your viral load testing, you can no longer transmit it. That's also the reason why we encourage mothers when they're still pregnant to be screened for HIV, because once they are positive for HIV, they're given the medicine, they will no longer be transmitting it to their newborn child when delivery comes. So even when they do breastfeeding, even when they deliver normal method, no, di na siya cesarean. So that's really something that we want also to see now, because kung nakita mo good for the 5,773, it's just we only have around 2,800 that is on medicine. No? So kita niyo mga so these people that are not on medicine are transmitting it, no? Because they're not on medical, they're not being treated. So that's also the risk factor that was also complicating the situation for HIV.
Bakit ang treatment?
For free ang treatment, no? For free. The government is spending around 30,000, no? For treatment, and it's given for free in our facilities, no? So, muna, testing is for free. We have a lot of facilities that are offering the testing and the treatment for free. Not covered by PIA and ilang laboratories when they need to, but still, murag naalihan po yung handlong, no? Same with TV, no? Na may TV dolls, pero mahandlong lang ihapon kay chismisan ka tilihon, no? So,
Because of the stigma?
The stigma, and actually, ang atong gusto nila kay stigma is something that we assume external, no? But we're also now seeing external stigmatization, discriminating himself kay kuan ko, saan ako nangani ko, kay kuan ko, di na ko patambal, kay mo na yung resulta, no? So that's also one factor. It's not primarily a cause of external stigma discrimination. There's also an internal stigma discrimination.
Sila na mismo din.
Oo, sila mismo ngayon nga, management ako explain ko kanambal. I just really know like that.
So, importante ang education, coaching, oo.
Okay,
Miss Annabelle.
so, sa more than 5,007 dong mga kaso from 1984, pila pa may buhi, aning.
Yeah.
Pila man, kato imong giingon nga, more or less, no, sa inyong nga estimate, 38 cases a day or 1 case a day.
Per hour.
Oo, per hour or
Per hour.
Oo, so pila man po ingon ta mamatay doon aning points.
So, that's one thing that the Department of Health through the Epidemiology Bureau has quite grappling in terms of how do we reflect, because all these figures, actually it's 5,733, we have now removed numbers that are projected to have died, because ang isa sa mga problema sa HIV is that underreported na to mortality, because we could not tag it as a death of HIV if we have not confirmed that the person who died was actually diagnosed of HIV.
Okay.
Example, ako, mamatay ko. Chismisan ko sa barangay ng HIV yung kamatian. If you submit my name or you give my records to regional office and then you send it to Manila will check my number or my profile with all the registered. If I'm not registered because I was not tested, I could not be labeled or tagged as an HIV-related or AIDS death. So that's also one factor that we are seeing. Now, the EB through partners, naging sa software that they have estimated, for example, you have 200 people that were diagnosed in 2009. Sa 200, we are only seeing around 10 of them being, of the 200, 10 din have been nagpatambal aring sa 2019. So we now assume that the 100, pinato akong yun, 20, so the 180 that were not on treatment during 2019, we now assume that they die because the natural progression of the disease is around 10 years. Within 10 years, if you don't get treatment, it's quite it's assumed, more 100% again, you would die within that time. So, i-call out na direction in EB, if this person was diagnosed 10 years ago is not on treatment, we assume now that he has already died.
Okay.
So, the 5,773 are all alive. So, we do not record them. So, we do not, di ba kayo, cumulative, no? So, kapag nasa 1984, Maski namatay na siya, mag-bring back niya, nagagap siya sa numbers of 5,773 in 2019. Now, if the 1984 is not on treatment, of course, namatay na siya as early as 1994.
Okay, 10 years. Okay. Because nagra with social factors sa, unlike other diseases, because HIV remains like a taboo topic ihapon sa kaulaw, so na social factor, even sa recording naka-apekto siya sa statistics. So, Ms. Annabelle, before we move on sa next topic, siguro daw ang activities lang natin for the AIDS Candlelight.
So, this is the reason why we have the International AIDS Candlelight Memorial. Actually, we have 2 annual events for HIV awareness, The International AIDS Candlelight Memorial, which we do every 3rd Sunday of May. And we also have the World AIDS Day that's celebrated or commemorated every 1st of December. That's a worldwide event. So the International AIDS Candlelight Memorial actually is a more somber event. This is bringing more awareness, but from a point of view of those that did not receive treatment, that died fighting and demanding for treatment and services. Because pag ulang itambal ito, this is just a modern, a recent development as early as 2009, pag nagsugod hatag-tambal libre, So it's quite bagulang din siya. So all those that were diagnosed before 2009, they were struggling, So that's the reason why we now celebrate or commemorate the International AIDS Candlelight Memorial to bring into fore that people who have HIV need to demand for services, including from us, from the government, because we are quite sensitive to public-driven demand. If you don't demand it, people don't know that you really need it. So that's what International AIDS Candlelight Memorial is right now. So now we have a lot of events The primarily would be calling all the stakeholders, so at least they would know what's being done, what needs to be done. No? So we have a list of events. So on May 17, no, Cebu City will be celebrating its International AIDS Candlelight Memorial in front of the Cebu City Hall. No? So this will start around 4 p.m. and finally capped off with a Candlelight Memorial ceremony ng lighting sa candles to commemorate those who died. This also will be conducted in Bohol, no? In May 17, also Friday.
Simultaneous
And also Compostela. We are actually pushing the LGUs to be more active in terms of this celebration because let's face it, sila man yun ang service provider, you know. The Department of Health is merely an assistant. We provide technical assistance on how to capacitate these particular government units, no. So Cebu City, Bohol, and also Compostela will be celebrating or commemorating the International AIDS Candlelight Memorial on Friday or May 17. Now on May 18, there will be a fun run. This will be held at Cebu, SM Cebu, no? SMCD Cebu. So this is primarily ang prime mover natin is Into Care Diagnostics, one of the clinics that is also offering services for HIV. Partnered also with the Department of Health and other government agencies, including DOH-7 And on May 24, Dumaguete will be conducting its own International AIDS Candlelight Memorial. Again, this is LGU driven, and that's I'm quite hopeful, no? Ito sila hopeless ng Pilipinas, but with these particular actions, I'm quite hopeful that local government units are now more aware of their role, no? So unang mga ingon basta ingani nga programa nga mura ng factors region DOH na siya. But for this time now are saying na the LGUs are now starting to realize that this actually is a job that the Department of Health alone could not do. And on last May 14 until May 17, no, SOTO is actually conducting a lot of series of events, no? HIV awareness for all health personnel in SOTO to at least kung naimulong dito nga taga-PETIA suspect na for HIV or transmission, makahatag dito ang atong nurses na mabuhat of life.
Ano sa siya, no? May
14 to 17, no? Actually, nag-launch ang SOTO sa ilang Kaambag Center, second floor sa OPD, sa Neuro Department. Second floor sa Neuro Department, no? This is a facility that they can access services, counseling and testing for HIV.
Okay, sige. Thank you, Doc. No? So I'm sure na ipakita na later, we will give time for the media to ask questions. But for now, moving on to sa Safe Motherhood Week. Nato nga, kina-mention na nanay bagong complication with sa Safe Motherhood. So, Doc Van, no? So, ato na ipamagtala kay Doc Jean kung sa may ato ang why are we, siguro a little backgrounder first nga tang nag-observe with Safe Motherhood niya, say status and current programs for DOH.
Yes, good morning once again. So actually, Safe Motherhood Week is celebrated every second week of every May, no? So last week siya actually. But even if nag-celebrate ka or wala, this is a soft reminder, no, gentle reminder to all our pregnant mothers, all pregnant women, to take good care sa ilang mga kaugalingon because it's not ilan lang self. There are two of them already, no? Na ay one more life inside of them. Kung twins, di tulo na. No? So, i-remind sila na first of all is to eat a variety of foods, no? Kaya ang maternal nutrition is very important because once you're pregnant and malnourished, masamot ang anemia and all, and then eventually, ang effect na sa itong bata, no? Low birth weight, which is pwede po mamatay atong mga bata, no? So maternal nutrition is very important. Now, we would like to highlight na kanang ako gibihawag ang atong mga mothers to have at least no 4 quality prenatal visits. That's at least 1 ka-visit during the first trimester or unang 2 ka-buwan sa pagbuntis. Another visit or 1 visit during the second trimester or ika-upat hangtod sa ika-unong nga buwan sa pagbuntis, and 2 prenatal check-ups during the third trimester or during sa ika-7 hangtod sa ika-9 nga buwan sa pagbuntis. At least 4, so they can have more than that. No, muna itawag na itong quality prenatal visits. Kaya if you will have less than 4, dili na natin siya matawag o quality. Labi na din kung dili mo follow sa schedule because our national target is 90%. So that means tanan natong pregnant women, at least 90% of them maka-prenatal first during sa unang tulong ka buwan ng pagbuntis. Ang ato din sa Region 7, we are only at 50% for 4 quality prenatal visits because mostly atong mga mothers di magkudayon magpa-prenatal lumuhuan man nga muda po ang tilan or maklaro ang tilan mo 4 or 5 months na before mo adto. So nakasugod ang prenatal, second try na hindi na siya ma-count as quality prenatal. Aside from that, because our teenage pregnancy, atong number ni Saka man, though I'm sorry, wala ko nakatalag exact figure, but the trend of teenage pregnancy increasing. And kasagara, kung teenage, conceal ko manggod na atong pregnancy. So may mga capture, yes, sabi na ko, high school pa or college or graduating. So i-conceal, so dili pa gid nato sila makapture during first try. Muna nakita ka sa atong national target of 90%. Now, another plan that we have is our facility-based deliveries because we are encouraging our mothers to give birth or mag-deliver dito sa facility kay bawal na magid na karon mag-anak sa balay for their safety, and most of the LGUs already have ordinances banning the home delivery at the same time the participation of mga traditional healers nato. Also, we are doing very good at that because our target is also 90% and we are at 96%. So we are doing very well with the facility-based deliveries. When it comes to skilled birth attendance, that means ang atong pag-anak, kinahanglan skilled professionals, some workers, doctors, nurses, and midwives. No other. So bawal man kitang hilot, no? So we are also doing very good at 97%. Ang atong national target is 90%. So pag-abot na nato sa two postpartum check-ups, that means after manganak, natay visit, i-check-up tal. First is within 24 hours atong pag-anak, which is okay kayo na nato kay naman ka sa facility, ma-check bang yun before discharge. Now the problem is the second visit within 7 days. Kaya usually, ang atong mothers, dili na mo balik sa facility no for the second visit. So dili gyud ko siya matawag to postpartum visit. So naara ta sa 58%, which is ang atong target is also 90%.
Pero importante kung magiging ang second nga.
Importante din kayo, especially those na nga nagtaga sa BP. Kaya pwede po magyapon sila mag-seizure, bitawag na natong postpartum eclampsia, no? Kaya ang atong postpartum period, 6 weeks na siya, gikan sa pag-anak. So, pwede pa gyapon na mahapan sa atong mother. So, kinahanglan gyapon i-check ilang BP, nag-take ba sila silang vitamins, mag-loss magiging of blood during delivery. So, ang anemia, tapos, ang ilang mga discharges, basta pa di ay na-bleeding or na-lumay nga gising kanang na-miss baka pagtahi or nag-leak ang ilang tahi. So, kinahanglan sila mag-check ako.
Second.
Yes, and most importantly, because last year, ang atong target for maternal mortality ratio, mothers who were dying sa atong pag-anak, no, complications sa pag-anak, ang atong mag-yung goal na is 52 per 100,000 live births. Now, for 2018, sa Region 7, na ang ato ang MMR or maternal mortality ratio is at 54 per 100,000 live births. So, actually, to think that's still a good figure. No, kaya ang ubang regions tagas kay sila maternal death. But if we look into the absolute numbers, we had 83 mothers. Kaya naman ang formula. So, 83 maternal deaths divided by total number of live births times 100,000. Ano makuha na ito atong MMR?
54
So, we
per
are at 54.
1,000.
But looking into the absolute numbers, we had 83 mothers who died. And the number one cause of maternal death is eclampsia or preeclampsia. Nanabitaw, musaka ang BP during pregnancy. Ilang binigit itong taas na BP daan, no? Pero katong normal BP, salig siguro nga normal, but then during pregnancy, musaka ang BP, i-check na to sa urine na ay proteinuria or non-processed protein, na din na siya dapat makitaan, manghupong ang mga tiwin, nagagko na kaayon, no? Mag-blur ng vision, mag-skip ng tiyan, so mga mga simptomas, no? So muna nga, dapat yun i-monitor ang BP. Oo.
So the 83 dog, this was unsan kan saan siya?
2018. Okay. Wala pang matay ko na figure for 2019. Usually, ko na ito MMR, annual figure na siya.
Pero kayong 83, Doc, can you say na kung asa siya majority?
Region-wide ni siya nga data. And mostly, kaning mga mothers nga nangamatay, G4 ni sila, meaning ilang anak, 4 pataas na. So, this gives us,
upat na
yeah, sobra na sa upat ang ilang anak, no? So, that's too many. Kaya inaantay gitawag ko 5 twos of pregnancy, too young, too old, too many, too sick, and too small. Too young is kung mabutista less than 18 or 20 years old, that's too young. So kanya itong mga teenage pregnancy, they're not supposed to get pregnant because mata ilang lawas. So they're very prone to postpartum hemorrhage na magdugo during panganak. Too old is katong 35 years old and above. Nabi na nga pregnant for the first time. Nabi na maana, no? Smart. Lagay years na kayo na. So, kung 35 years old pataas na mabutis, na pinagid ko first time niya, so that's also very high risk. No, the number 3 is too many. That means katong nag-anak o sobra sa upat. No? So, high risk na po na sila. And too frequent. Kanang sa budsod, kaya nga yes, because our ideal spacing is 3 to 5 years. Muna akong ideal spacing or recommended. But then, kung mga anak na nakakada po, iglipis na kayong mattress, pro na kayo ka mag-bleeding or kanang uterine acne, hindi na mo contract yung mattress ba sumagdugo. No niya. Ang kalima niya is too sick or too ill. For example, mama ka nga na HIV, na TB, na malaria, na diabetic pa, obese pa, o ikasiyam, no niya, malnourished pa. So, that was the chances.
Kaya naghadlo ka ng 35 anak pa. No, ka ng prime pa ba?
Yes, that is why important yung kayo mag-prenatal para prenatal. Yes. Follow up sila. Matagal. And if ever there are complications early on, ma-refer sila to the proper facilities.
So, the 83 maternal mortalities na to for 2018, mostly sa ilaha is freak out sa ka ng daghan na too many na kaupat.
If we look into our figures, kasagaraan nila, nagkadid silang anak na. Kaya they were advised for family planning, pero kanilaging, sa'yo mag-inahay sa kasapang ulo na because family planning is considered as a health intervention to prevent maternal death. Not just maternal, but also kanang infant death. No, kay kung unsa mo good ang health status sa mama, mapikto maguna siya sa baby. That is why we're highly encouraging please, kung pwede lang, katong teenagers, madali atong pregnancy, and katong sa budsod na kayo, family planning to prevent maternal death and infant death, and papaprenatal.
Because you're still trying to bring it down, Doc, no? From like 52 ang goal, but we're still at 54.
Yes. Actually, in 2017, we were doing better. Kaya nasa sa 42 per 100,000 lives. So, medyo isaka ta karon. And this is just to inform everybody that out of the 83, we had like almost 10 na teenage na namatayan na because of bleeding. Because they're too young, they're not supposed to.
Sino pinaka-bata, Dok, na
I think 16 or 18 in the province of Cebu.
Wow.
Kaya murang na ko nadunggan, nasa ko na bisan 10-year-old.
Yes, nanatay mothers nga 10 years old pa, pero the youngest we have sa national data 8 years old, but not in Region 7. At least not in Region 7. But as Filipinos, ma-worry tayo because they are Filipinos, they're not in Region 7.
Because it puts them at risk.
Yes. Actually, hindi lang sila. Api ang babies, duha na sila. Yes.
So, we're like, okay, ano, alarm. Pero thank you, Doc Jen, for the reminders as well sa mga naminaw nato, no, ng mga kababayan.
We are also highly encouraging our centers to have all our pregnant mothers screened on HIV. Though di man tanang facilities na kanang ready or capacity to do that, but say for example, Cebu City, maayo jud kayo, kay encourage yun nila ng mothers nga ma-HIV testing. Kaya kapag nag-ingon nito, nga mother to child transmission.
It's for free, no?
It's for free. Nga, pero sa akong law, di man kita kapugos, di man siya mandatory good. So, na-already na nila if they consent to have
Themselves
Oh,
tested.
yes. Thank you.
Pero encourage yung hapon na why mawala na to kay libre. So parang si Annabelle na mention mo dito kapila po kung hypertension. Naasas pa ba ng dugo, ano yung blood pressure. Kay wapa na humano, partial pa man hapon na partial results sa official. Pero namumala ang sa local the results. So, ay nabutan Doc Dino, kay kaning hypertension, murag nagkabata mo po Doc, I think, no? Ang mga naka-experience ani pero unsa may ato ang Doc, latest na ako tayo records, latest na to for kaning regarding hypertension.
Hypertension is one of the leading cause of death. Let's fix it now. You don't die of hypertension, complication of hypertension is most likely, the most common is heart attack, cardiovascular disease.
Caused by hypertension.
Caused by hypertension. This is also followed by stroke, this is cerebrovascular accidents. So this is the primary result if you are hypertensive. So to note that we have an increasing number of persons diagnosed with hypertension, increasing, while we have decreasing numbers of communicable diseases.
Okay.
But regarding hypertension, it's increasing. Because this is coupled with being obese or overweight.
So weight,
The problem with weight. And lately, we have noted that it's getting also younger.
Okay.
It is mostly targeted mga males who are overweight, who are mostly inactive,
Okay.
and of course they have already high familial tendency in having hypertension family. So these are the 4 factors which contributes to their being hypertensive. Plus, additional is behavioral, is the smoking and alcohol intake. My 2 favorite drugs.
Hobbies. Isa na lang, nagkadaghan di hapon, para tanan na to,
Nagkakaroon po ng factors.
Because it is sad to know that you should not die. Dying of old age, as Thanos said, is inevitable. It's inevitable, but if you die before old age, that's unacceptable. Diba? It's a matter that the Filipinos actually believe male as a younger lifespan, 69, the
69,
mas
magulang ba?
longer lifespan. I don't know why women live shorter than female. Maybe you're giving us problems.
Ay, may handle o problem do.
Okay, which is why I would like also to point out one big discrepancy here. Because in my notes here, as I've said, okay, 44% of all diseases are non-communicable, which is hypertension, diabetes, cancer, and renal diseases. And the other one, the diseases of my good friend here, HIV, communicable. Actually, less than 20%. But what is the government appropriation? For the non-communicable, it is appropriated 1% only. While the communicable, it's almost 28%.
28%. Okay.
So that's the discrepancy. So the diseases most commonly, the HIV are dying by, let's say, by days. And if you're in the maternal, they die for hours. Here, the communicable disease becomes hypertension, we die every minute. This person die because of hypertension.
Complications from hypertension.
And how much is the government spending for us? 1% only. So we need not only preventive measures, which is of course advocating the lifestyle, reducing your body weight, your waist circumference,
BMI.
your BMI to BMI, avoid smoking,
Healthy
diet, and lot of this is the exercise. Okay, 30 minutes a day. So this will save you, not preventive. But if you already hypertensive, there's now additional measures, campaign that makes WHO, which is recently we will be campaigning for that. Anything that the middle of this year is we are now campaigning against salt intake and trans fat elimination from your diet. Trans fat.
Okay, so
What's present in your hamburger, your pizza, your
the saturated
anything fried.
information.
So the trans fat reduction and the salt intake
Okay, so
reduction. Salt intake reduction, trans fat elimination.
elimination.
Okay. Do you not know if you fry one, you use the oil, frying one time, that's how much trans fat you get. But you use the same oil again, twice, 3 times na trans fat you get. 3 times na, it gets higher as you. And that's the oil they're using the street.
Oh.
Because you don't know, no, the cooking oil they use in the street food. You get that from McDonald's, Jollibee, and
So it's already used.
This is buying it from them. By the McDonald's.
Munang barato kayo po siguro, Dok, no?
That's why. So we're trying to eliminate that. And let me be candid with this because 60% of persons do not know that they are hypertensive.
Yeah.
That means they're walking time bomb. Anytime, they may have a heart attack or stroke. So the only way, that's why we are here, we're thankful with the media. We're campaigning for you to have your BP checked. It's in your rural unit.
Libre.
The barangay health workers are going to take your blood pressure.
Yeah.
Take your blood pressure, that's the only protection you have.
Okay.
And we have medicines to fight hypertension available for free.
For free. Okay.
If it is available.
Okay, ano na part, Doc, no? Ang medicines for hypertension, for diabetes, katong sa balaot nga bago lang ang presyo po, gi-reduce po siya sa pharmacies, but DOH has a program na libre ang mga
Okay, but you have to be, first you have to be enrolled in the hypertension diabetic club.
So, ano na sila direct pa enroll?
No, sa health center nila.
Okay, sa inyong mga health center,
Yeah,
enroll na
all
sila.
medicines, all essential medicines are being distributed to the respective rural units, both municipal cities and parts. They are there to be dispensed, but you cannot be given unless you're a member of that club. You have to register.
Yung sa kana ang club, Doc, mura siya na-apoy mga activities.
And important that we can monitor them. And they will be regularly allocated their meds every month. They will be given. So if not done this, they will not be given.
So, una, importante kinainan, halimbawa kang high blood ka.
It's conservated year-round, not only this month.
Nakoy, pangutana mo dahil, kung saan ang normal na BP, kay kausahay mo, depende daw sa edad. Kung mas taas, mas buwang, medyo elevated, normal daw. So, kung saan man ang...
No, it's not it's actually the limit is 140 or 90. So any number you get that one, that is the cut-off point.
Okay, so
benchmark, that's the benchmark.
So 130
over 70, that's normal. 110 over 80, that's normal. And your blood pressure varies in the day. You're not, depending on sa quantity, your mood.
Okay.
Diba? Like now, kadagahan sa mga pinti ka, high blood. So it is affected by stress, by other factors. So important there is you have to monitor basta below 140 over 90.
Okay.
But you're female, about 40 years old, you're obese, you have a family tendency of hypertension, we consider you already hypertensive. Either you like it or yes,
Oh.
mahigh blood kayo.
Mm.
And we're just waiting for the time to come in. So, preventive na, nalaki. Wait nyo, di ba kumahay blood? Sige, okay, di ka may blood, but do not eat this one. Mag-exercise ka 30 minutes, this one.
Na-high blood din naman.
Stress.
Nay.
Hindi makaya. Tumara na. Iba, no? It's really a sad situation. I've been working in the hospital for a long time now. Mabot sa emergency room, dying from stroke and hypertensive. Almost 90% wak manuman.
Sa tambay.
Wak na sila yung panginaw. So, it's very heartbreaking but to see this. Ila tatay, nanay, uncle, anak, atake. Bit-bit ang mga medicinas. Gusto na natin na karoon ng medicines na.
Too
Hindi
late.
mo siya matumagdong. Okay naman kung siya. Mga na. Chocolate dahil na.
Oh.
So kung yung tag-maintenance,
Maintenance.
Like the HIV.
Mm.
No, it's not curable. You have to maintain that for life.
Yeah.
Hypertension, diabetes. You are not cured.
Cured. Oh.
You are just controlled.
Oh, na-control lang siya. Na if you're feeling okay, it's because of the medicine. So that's why you have to.
I think it's pregnancy. So, control. Control sa uwag. Control.
Di makontrol mo na pagka-HIV. Di makontrol, mamatay sa sigig panganak.
So, I advise everybody, especially member media, to have their BMI.
There! Oo, we have one at the back. So, mura kanitan, wow, ready. Isa, na daw siya. Yeah, healthy.
Nag-pursue din.
Okay, so, natay, gamay na naman yun ang oras atong ninihatag ang kamutana ba sa present guys Martin. Yan dapat si Dr. Van.
Yes, sige. 30.
This is for the HIV, Doc. Kanang nanaka sa 38 cases per day. So that means that yung mga roughly 1.5 per hour. And this has been ongoing for like 3 months now, di ba?
Yeah.
What's the reason behind this one? Nagka-grabe o nagka-taas? And then what are we doing to strengthen our kanang case finding sa ato ang HIV?
Thank you for that, Ferdinand. Actually, we should also remember whatever intervention we do right now, it will not result in a drastic decrease in number tomorrow, because we still have a lot of numbers that we need to catch on for the previous years that we were not doing more. No? So, ato to absolute nun. So, it's actually projected whatever intervention we have right now, it takes around 5 years for the numbers to show any drastic changes. No? So, muna siya one reason that actually we have a lot of efforts right now. No? One of the efforts that I would like to highlight is the increase in treatment centers that we have in Region 7. No? In 2017, we have around 3. No? Soto, in Cebu, Galyares in Bohol, and Negros Regional Hospital in Negros. No? But now we now have at least around 13 facilities. 13 facilities in the whole of Region 7.
These are government facilities.
2 are private and the rest are government-run facilities. No? Some are even run with the local government units. So this is one of the strategies, or this is one of the actions, concrete actions or steps that we have established to actually combat this particular diseases. However, when you have also an increase in facilities, you also assume that people will now be flocking to this facility. So you will see an increase in number, because those that were not diagnosed before will now be diagnosed now. So actually, with all the interventions we have right now, it's actually projected that we will be increasing in number, because we actually have an estimate. No? We have an AIDS epidemic model. We actually have a modeling. No? We project the number of cases, and we see projection versus actual. So ang atong nakita actually is there's actually a widening of the gap between the estimated and the actual. No? Meaning that we need to actually see if the actual number of cases we're seeing is the actual number, or the absolute nun, or if the estimated is too high. So dapat ang atong actual o atong estimated should be very close, no? Para makaimunta nga okay ang atong number, because we're catching the estimated. But for now, taas pa nga itong gap between the estimated and the actual number.
So the estimated is
We still
higher.
have a lot of undiagnosed numbers. So one of the strategies is increasing the facilities. One also of the strategies is to involve more partners. So that's why we now have 2 private facilities that are being partners of the treatment for HIV. Chongwa in Mandaue is now a treatment partner. They will offer free testing and free treatment. And also Visayas Community Medical Center, our first private facility. Chongwa was just accredited last year, but VCMC was, Chongwa was this year, VCMC was last year. No? And this is the strategy we have right now. And also, we also are seeing a strategy of involving more community-based organization. Community, meaning siya barangayan, but communities are the communities that are highly affected by this infection. Meaning the LGBT community, the people who inject drug community, and those partners of this particular high-risk population. So, if you notice that we're actually encouraging a lot of LGBT groups to organize themselves because sila may nakahibaw sa epidemya. They are the ones that will see, okay ba ang gamit sa condo? Kasi feedback in terms of condo, dapat ay problema in terms of access, dapat ay problema in terms of discrimination in the facilities. Because in the government, we are really, especially the regional office, we are just here and a lot of actions are going below. No? And if the information is not reaching us, we'll be assuming that everything is okay. But when you look at the number, you have to see that these are we have a lot of factors that we are seeing in terms of increase. Increase in people accessing testing, that's why we're seeing an increase in those that were diagnosed. And we also have to ensure that transmission is actually, we have established certain strategies to actually minimize transmission. Because although we accept the fact that it will take around 5 years for the numbers to show any change because of the interventions we did now, we also need to see when we reach the 5 years, transmission has already been controlled. So, ang atong ipaabot actually is not a decrease in infection or a decrease in number diagnosed, but a plateau. Meaning, when we reach a plateau, a certain number of years, we're only recording only 2, 3, we can now see okay, nasaturate na ito ang atong paunon. Meaning, the transmission has been reduced or eliminated. We're now just trying to see those that were now infected. No? That's what's happening now in Thailand. They are now in the plateau phase. Meaning, the treatment is so good that transmission has been stopped. Now they're just doing more in terms of getting those that were infected diagnosed and on treatment. So the Philippines is far from that because we have a lot of years that are backlogs. No? So taas ang atong ipamag is look to ato epidemic so that we can see okay, transmission has been halted, we now have to focus on diagnosis more. For now, to have a problem of diagnosis and prevention.
Just to follow up, Doc, ang actual na to is at 38 as of the moment.
That's the national figures we have.
Ang atong estimated.
Estimated na to, actually I'll give you the number later kay, atong mga estimated is linear, quite linear siya, so we have to see year per year kung sa kaya ang estimated for the particular year.
Are we still at the top?
For the absolute numbers, almost magigta. We're far from the epidemic in Bangkok, in Thailand. However, in terms of trend, that's the alarming part because it's an exponential increase in number. No, pas yun na to ang increase. So, muna yung problema na to. The trend is the one that's alarming us. It's not more on the numbers per se because we're still lowest in Asia. We're still lowest in Asia in terms of absolute number. Example, we are, roughly lang. If we have 100 cases now, and then Thailand already has 50,000, makita niyo mo ang diferensya. But if the 100 was diagnosed for this year and you only had one last year, di ba? Pas kayo yung increase. 1 times 100 yung increase. Although if you look at the number, kamay na kayo siya, 100 versus 50,000. But it's the trend that you're seeing. No? So, muna yung problema ron because paspas ang ato ang saka, dapat nag-absununun. All other countries in the world actually are being either plateauing or decreasing. Kita lang as one of the 8 countries in the world that is increasing and we're the number 1 in terms of countries.
Because we're still catching up.
Yeah, we're still catching up.
Gan sa diagnosis na part. Yeah, also, Doc, no, very interesting to na-point out you before yan earlier forum na katong outside of sa top 3 regions in the Philippines with the highest number of AIDS, HIV cases, kita lang ang outside
Outside of
Luzon.
Luzon.
It's only Region 7 ang outside sa top 3 because Region NC3, 4, they share the okay, geographically kauban tapad na sila. But outside of that area, we are the next highest, no? So, usa na nga alarming
Unique pa yun.
Oo. Sige, sumunod sa ano da?
Ang kailangan parting statements ato ang mga guests karon o kung sa ilang mga panawagan, reminders sa publiko niya. After na lang ta formally close, diha na ang time nga makapangutana pa o dugang mga clarifications ang ato mga kaubanan sa media. So now na to si Doc Van Phillip.
So as mentioned, it's all about control, no? Nothing is good if it's done in extremes, no? It's always should be in moderation. So in HIV is the prevention, we have an acronym ABCDE, no? A is for abstinence or delay sexual gratification or sexual activities, no? So abstinence, if you kaya, then you have a partner. Letter B is the next one. Be mutually faithful. Remain faithful to your partner's photo. Pili-pili ko sa faithful, no? Kasi mapasa-usa mag-faithful na sa partner. And then if you makaya, you have letter C. You have a correct and consistent condom use, no? Or you check your status regularly, or you check with your conscience. This is one thing exposed by the church, no? Konsensya is yung balik-baliko, no? Mukha ko na panahon. And then, next is letter D, no? We always mention to our youth that do not abuse alcohol because alcohol impairs your judgment. Something that you might be doing when you're sober, you might be doing now when you are drunk or intoxicated. And last letter is letter E, no? Education. Get the right information because right information will lead to right behavior, and right behavior will hopefully prevent you from getting these particular diseases, not just HIV but also hypertension, and which will make you a healthier mother when you become one. So, muna na to, ano? Be aware, know the right things, and then do the right things. So, ABCDE lang for prevention of HIV and STI.
Dahil kayo salamat, Doc. Ma'am Jeanette?
Thank you, Ma'am Rachel, Ma'am Ann, thank you sa tanan, and mga mothers, please, kana magpa-prenatal ta, and ato pa mga nasa facilities, dili sa balay, and dili po sa hilot, and please make sure that you are members of PIA so that you have yourselves covered, no? Minus sa labad sa ulo, sa mga gastos, kung mga anak. And magpasalamat po ta sa atong mga LGUs, sa atong mga midwives, sa atong mga HWs, and pregnancy tracking, kung sila ang naghatag o libreng servisyo sa pagpaprenatal sa pag-anak. So, thank you.
Okay, salamat, Dr. Dino Caing, Doc.
Please take good care of your heart. We will take good care of you. Safe Funeral Home. So basic management and also prevention is worth a pound of cure. So prevention and auto targeting, don't smoke, avoid alcohol, in moderation lang, moderation. Eat healthy, no? Fruits and vegetables. Maintain a healthy lifestyle by eating the right food, okay, and being active for 30 minutes physical activity per day. And the diet now, avoid too much salt and eliminate your trans fat intake. And last but not least, of course, is maintain your weight, ideal weight, by comparing your BMI, ideal BMI, which is 18 to 25. Okay, and of course, this is translated to your waist. For female, it's 31 max. For male, it's 34 centimeters.
31.
Lastly, a word from our president. There should be no Filipino left behind when it comes to universal healthcare. I thank you.
Yes, dagang kayong salamat.
Maraming salamat. Oo, naka-street lagi ko si Doc Ganiha. So we'd like to thank ato ang mga bisita gikan sa Department of Health for a really informative discussion. And those who failed to catch ato ang live radio program, napatauma, no? You can watch Kapihan sa PIA over Sky Cable Channel 53, gikan alas 4 sa hapon hanggang alas 5, or you can also visit the Facebook pages of DOH and of course sa PIA Cebu for the live stream sa ato ang Kapihan karon. So kini si Rachel Nesha,
Kinisar si Annabella Rosas sa DYMR Radyo Pilipinas. Magpasalamat kaninyong tanan o manghinaot ni nga inyong isilsil sa inyong tagsa-tagsa kakasing-kasing sa inyong una-una ang mga awhag no sa ato ang mga doktor nga ang pingan nato ang atong tagsa-tagsa kakaugalingon kay kundili daghan kaapas nga moatiman nato og mohipos andam nga mohipos go sa ato ang paningkamutan nga maampingan nato ang atong kaugalingon aron pud motaas-taas ang atong kinabuhi. Daghang salamat tumayong adlaw kanatong tanan.
Thank you. Tuwaling ako.